Bonjour à Benavou au Grand Prix de Belgium, that's French for hello and welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. It's a very, very nice evening in the UK. It's around 5 p.m. UK time, but none of that matters now because that's for real racing and this is for sim racing. Welcome to our journey around the world as it continues into Belgium for the third round of our journey around the world to crown a champion for our first season as a sim racing league. We've seen impressive displays from Dominique and Coconut, both of them taking wins. Coconut taking the majority of the wins back to back in Japan and Texas. But who will be our winner tonight? Will it be Dominique? Will it be Coconut? Or will it be one of the other 9 drivers joining us tonight? So whoever you are and wherever you are, be a driver, spectator, or anyone who knows about the league, welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. And to celebrate our return to Europe, I think it's only fair we celebrate the return of one of our beloved commentators in FTR, aka myself, Chester Puppy 935. We're glad to have you with us and we hope you are very excited, as we are, for the Belgian Grand Prix and how the championship will turn out after this Grand Prix. But enough said about that. Let's talk about the chat. Do you know why? Over to you.
Well, we start with a tight La Source hairpin, a critical traction zone, before launching downhill into a Rouge and a Radion, a breathtaking full throttle climb where only the bravest dared to keep it pinned. Then it's flat out onto the Kemmel Straight, a prime overtaking spot, before diving into the technical Les Combs chicane. From there, it's all about the rhythm, through the downhill, Bruxelles, the following no name, and the high-speed commitment of Pouan, one of the most thrilling corners in F1 history. The final sector demands precision through the tricky Fagnes and Campus, carrying as much speed as possible into Stavelot, and then it's full throttle through Blanquemont, one of the fastest corners in the sport, before hammering the brakes for the tight bus stop chicane, where races can be won or lost. It's fast, it's fearsome, and with ever-changing weather, Spa always delivers drama. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because we're in for a classic one.
Indeed, we are in for a classic one, and now it must be said, the Drivers' Championship still remains undecided, but by a measly 17 points between Coconut, Potato Pilot, and another few points between Potato Pilot and Dominique. Potato Pilot's not joining us tonight, he can't make it. That's going to severely damage his championship hopes if Dominique and Coconut perform very well today. But enough said about that, let's talk about the laps that these people are doing now.
So coming up to turn 2 now, a Rouge up to Radion. You want to stay flat on the throttle, otherwise you will lose a lot of time. Now coming upon the Kemmel Straight, famous for the reminiscent of Through Goes Sebastian Vettel, which happened, great move years ago, but now coming into the Combs chicane, top speed around 200 mile an hour, heavy braking, and then into a fast right-hander, no braking, but he's
A little bit onto the gravel
off.
there, lapse of concentration. Now he's let one of the Hasses by F1 Chan, aka Schumacher, as he is known, on the Hyper Rigger, who's one of our reserve drivers tonight because one of our Haas drivers could not make it.
Coming down through Pouan, you want to stay flat on the throttle. This normally could only happen for the 2020 regulation cars, but due to the game's horrible handling physics, you can take it flat out with no difficulties. But now coming into the Fagnes chicane, now coming out through the double right-hander kinks, you want to be power early and flat on the throttle. Coming on to Stavelot now, the fastest left-hander in F1 history, going at around 190 mile an hour, which Hyperiga is setting a good example, and flat on the brakes into the bus stop chicane, hardest braking zone of the lap. First right, then left, full on the throttle, maximise the run to the line, and it is, of course, pole 148.
148, it's a decent lap time, but of course we've seen much quicker lap times. I've now seen from Con and now Chan actually now. So already from what looked like a good lap time, he's already 5 seconds behind the leader. So a bit underwhelming. 2-minute lap time for the Mercedes, but obviously he went off, so we can't blame him. Dominique Q rising back up to the top again with a 1:43.061 as everyone's now starting to put times in. F1 Chan's in second. Coconut, Dominique's main rival in this championship, is in third. If someone's off the grass, it's the Alpine of GMOL 7, possibly laps of concentration or just letting someone by, I'm not really sure.
Cluffy, I think he's on his lap now, not a great one to set, because, actually no, he's not on his lap, probably an out lap because he is one of the last drivers to set one. Sam Rose is also the only one in the pits, while every single driver in the top 10 obviously has finished their laps. Yellow flags everywhere, I don't know if they're just trying to let cars past. We'll see now, yeah, all of them are clumped together in turns 8 in the right hand.
That's one of the worst places I think you can have traffic, because there's really not much space to let people pass except the runoff in turn 9 and 10. So it's pretty bad. So you kind of have to almost go onto the grass to let people pass. So it's annoying if you get caught up in that, but there's not really much you can do.
Yeah, wondering if anyone's going for a lap. I wonder if Cluffy's on for his lap.
Doesn't look like it, no. He's got no overtake. He can't.
Yeah, and did set a 1:45. So they're, in my opinion, not the greatest fast laps around Spa, because the average I think you should get on a qualifying session are in the 1:43s, 1:40, bottom 1:42s. But now you can see all the drivers starting to make their way into the pits. But there's a lot of stuff happening
A lot of
behind.
yellow flags, turn 15, and at the entrance of Sector 3, lots and lots of traffic. That's going to be very annoying as we see F1 Chan slowing down. He's even trying to make space, so he's let someone pass. I think he's just trying to make space for his lap. He's got full overtake, so I'm pretty sure he's going to go for another one. You see Coconut now. I don't know if he's on the lap. This game isn't very clear. We see some people entering the pits now. Dory Beast, Coconut's teammate, is one of them. Currently sat in 4th place in the championship, so he could have the chance to overtake Dory Beast tonight. He needs to outscore him by at least 8 points to overtake him in the championship, and at least 7 to tie his position in 3rd.
Yeah, coming now after the Lacombe chicane, you want to be careful in this next corner because it is very it's a very downhill corner. You can lock up those front tyres really badly, so you of course don't want to do that in the race because you're gonna get a lot of tyre wear and especially gonna lose your braking performance. But now coming into P1 now, flat on the throttle, going a bit wide, shouldn't cost him that much, but you just don't want to overshoot that, otherwise you will end up like Giovinazzi in 2019, which wasn't a great crash at all. But now coming into the Fagner chicane, fast right, then left-hander, back into another right-hander. You don't want to swing that much, but he is going a bit too wide on those entries, which will cause him to get more traction on the exit, but overall not great time. But that is a purple second sector from Agcon, so pretty good.
Must also be said as well, this is on his debut. What also must be said, we have got, I think, about 8 debuts tonight. We've got 4 drivers returning from the Texan Grand Prix, sprint race, sorry, I should say. And we've got around 8 or 9 debuts happening today. So, has someone just joined?
Could be right. I don't really know. I didn't really look at the screen, but we do have some late drivers.
Yeah, I think Call and Mouse, yeah, they are pretty late actually. I think he's also one of the reserves for the McLaren boys. Neither of them could show up, not Spinex and not Potato Pilot. So very, very bad. That's going to harm them in the Constructors' Championship. So we've got on board with Gmo now onto the bus stop chicane, and he's coming to the pits, so that's not going to lead to anything.
Wonder if Sam Rose is on his lap. We can probably now check with the telemetry to see if he is. Yeah, he is on his lap. We should have turned that on earlier. So saving up all that ERS because of how long the track is. It feels like you can't deploy any ERS because it runs out quickly. Not your battery in general, but the amount you can deploy in a lap. So even if you see maybe 80% more left in the battery, you've got to be careful of that green strip you can see at the bottom of your screen, because when that runs out, you cannot deploy any more ERS.
Yes, indeed, that's going to harm very, very bad. If you're in, let's say, even if you're on the bus stop chicane, you're still going to want to deploy in that final straight. So you really want to try manage your ERS while also trying to use all of it. It's really tricky job. Sam Rose, he's kind of struggling to do that because he's used all of his deploy. That's going to really, really affect his lap time now. Coming into the final turns, 18 and 19, what will it be? Coming across the final straight, the start-finish straight into the first ERS zone is second place with a 1:43.211. So had he have had more deploy, he probably would have got pole, provisional pole I should say. But we've got 8 minutes left in the session. Obviously, anything can happen. NTX Cow's trying to undo the damage that he did on his last lap after going into the gravel. He's into the Kemmel Straight, max speed of around 200 miles an hour, so around 300 kilometers an hour. Coming into turn number 7 now, back onto the gravel again. He's done the same thing, but he's continued. I can see on the steering wheel, I think he's got green delta, so that does mean he is faster than his previous lap time. But I think I don't think he's very focused today.
Yeah, I wonder what's happening with Hog Club because he's trying to qualify his lap on the medium tyres. Looks like it's not going well at all for him because he's only achieving a 1:48 as well as 3 other drivers. So I just wonder now if the top 3 can break the 1:43 mark and enter the 1:42s to set more competitive times.
Great question. I think we're just gonna have to wait till the end of the session. They've all got different strategies. They've all got different ways of qualifying. I think the Hog Club will go back onto the softs because I think they've all got 3 pairs, so we'll probably go back onto the softs for the last few minutes of the lap. But again, this is the longest circuit of the calendar. You've got 7 kilometers per lap. That is 2 minutes per lap. So in a quali session, assuming you get about 5 minute turnaround, you really only get 3 laps. And in other circuits like Monaco, Brazil, even like Azerbaijan, you'd probably get a better turnaround. Well, maybe not Azerbaijan actually, but you get my point. Other circuits, you've got way better chance of getting more laps in. But this circuit is just, it's the longest in the F1 calendar. So you've really got to plan all your laps. It's such a hard job to do, and then after all that, you've got to concentrate really, really hard. As we see Hyperiga, I can't pronounce the name, I'm very, very sorry, going into the bus stop chicane now. He's on his out lap. He's got a lot of deploy to go. He can get to the start finish line. It's only 10th place, a 1:47.049. Mel Fall's going up to 11th place, but the Hog Club falling down to the bottom now as he finally goes on to the soft, and I think he's now on his lap.
Yeah, so drivers out there today not having a great qualifying session. Not managing to break the 1:45s for the bottom 5, bottom 8 for all the drivers. So, thing is well rounded between the top 4, I should say. They're all pretty similar.
Well, they're all pretty similar. Then you look at Dominique, and
Yeah.
he's miles ahead.
Breaking those 1:42s. Coconut getting past some traffic now, bit over the curbs, might be squabbling for traction there, might lose them a lot of time, but most of these drivers are being caught out by that extra 4 kilometers of race distance to compare to other tracks because of all the ERS usage just being gone. So yeah, Coconut snapping the oversteer because he's touching that grass, turning in maybe a bit too early, coming around Pillon. I think he did that pretty well. I think he's under control. You can tell by the quick movements on the steering wheel. But now coming to Fagnes chicane, where Lewis Hamilton famously crashed out in 2019 or 18, I don't really remember, but lost pole position because of that. But Coconut is our leading contender for the championship, currently in FTR. So we hope, or he at least hopes, that he can get pole position to start today, because Spa, even though it is a long track, you gotta be careful from behind you, because DRS can catch you out.
Sam Rose out the session. I see 2 kick sables on the track. I think he's had a crash, maybe.
He's retired.
He's just retired. All right then.
I think it's raining. That's why he's retired. That's a smart move, because no one.
It is raining. Why is it every race? I know I've only been for 2 races. Why is it every race I've been in, it's raining? Right.
So I think that might conclude qualifying now, because Dominique has set the fastest time, and definitely, I can tell you now, drivers on Inters will not be able to beat a 1:42.
100%. I think on Inters, the average time you can do, the absolute fastest, it's 1:50 something. So you're not even going to get close to the 1:40s, let alone the 1:51s or 2s. So I think that's it for qualifying, but there's not really much they can do. There's 3 minutes left. I doubt they could. I mean, they could get improvements if it was dry, but the people with 1:48s, it's good. It's done. It's done for them.
I wonder if this means the race will be even worse, because if rain falls in just over 10 minutes, then think about what can happen in an hour. So
that is going to affect all
lot
their
of
strategies today.
Yeah.
That's going to make it even harder. It's going to make the race even longer. It's going to make it even harder. They're going to have to plan their strategies so fast. So not fast. So carefully. So yeah.
These drivers, you can tell by Caudal Mouse, is struggling. So I don't know if it's worth even finishing a lap, or just aborting now, maybe retiring as Sam Rose did, which was kind of smart in my opinion. Now he has too much oversteer. He's not going to commit to the lap. He's going to come into the pits, hopefully retire so we can get on with the race. The other drivers retiring now, so I think we'll get into the race soon.
Also, going back to the weather, in 1997, as Mick Casalo famously radioed, "It's raining on my side of the track, but it's not on the other side." That's Spa for you. And I think that sums up this qualifying session and what's going to be the race pretty well.
Yeah, I hope today's race doesn't end up as 1998 did. 1998, because there was a humongous pile-up that got caused after turn 1 coming up to Arouge and Radion, and that took nearly 10 whole cars. So we hope that doesn't happen, because we'll only be down to 3 more, because we want a competition today, because this is the most drivers we've ever had in FTR currently. Even in our 4th race of the season, we do only have 13, but to compare to 5 for our first race, 8 and 7, this is really good improvement for the league.
Just shows how far we've come, and it shows how grateful we are to all of you, be it driver, spectator, or someone who just knows about the league and doesn't want to watch. You're still contributing to the league by knowing about it, because you can tell other people. You'll help promote the league more. We can get more drivers, can get more events going, more community races, hopefully. It's just, thank you guys, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely on my side as well. But now you see nearly half of the drivers retiring now, knowing that there's no way they can improve. But some drivers, or just one driver, maybe even Dominique Yearsam is out that, but NTX Cal trying to improve. He definitely can't improve if he only has 3% in the battery, so I don't know what's going to happen, if he's going to retire or not. But that definitely concludes qualifying with Dominique, Sam Rose and F1 Kian finishing the top 3.
Indeed, so if this is the order, we've got Dominique on pole for the first time since Silverstone, the first race of the season, where he comfortably won with the Grand Slam. So we could see another Grand Slam tonight. Then you've got Sam Rose, F1 Chan, Coconut, the current leader of the Drivers' Championship, Gmo, Cluffy on debut, Dory Beast, Con, Caldermouse, Hyde Periga on debut, Forsland, who we need to point out, he has a heated rivalry with Potato Pilot in that championship as well, and we can't forget the battles that they had in Silverstone, bringing us so much entertainment, so much tension in the air. So I think it's kind of good that Potato Pilot isn't here, because then there can't be any more tensions between them. Hopefully we'll see some clean racing. Then we've got NTX Cal also on debut, and finally the whole club, aka Sambro, as he's known on our Discord server.
A fun fact that Max Verstappen in real life, Spa is his quote-unquote home away from home Grand Prix, because even though he races under the Dutch flag, he was born in Belgium. That's why it feels like a second race for him.
Indeed, but that is the end for qualifying then. It's Dominique on pole at his favourite track. Then it's Sam Rose, F1 Chan, Coconut and Gmo to round out the top 5 of an insane qualifying session that got interrupted in the rain. So only 2 laps mainly. We got some race director stuff, but nothing to award grid penalties. So this will be your grid for the start, with whole club in last and Dominique Q starting first in the race.
I can also tell by being thankful we've increased our viewer count ever since the first race, just on 5, nearly up to 18 at one point. So thank you guys for sharing all the streams and Discord, because we did have, I think, nearly 10 new drivers join the Discord server. So I think every driver is getting their car setups ready.
Got a few moments now, so we're just going to quickly run through the track again. We've got 154 kilometers of race distance, the lap record at 1:44.701. Got 22 laps around the 7 kilometer per lap circuit, longest of any other track. First Grand Prix held in 1950, the most recent of them being the 2024 Belgian Grand Prix won by Lewis Hamilton. Dominique Q has a chance to extend Ferrari's win count here to 19, because in real life they've won 18, so they could win their 19th tonight. It's normal points for everyone, as you'd expect, but this will be very, very influential for the Drivers' Championship, especially between 2nd and 3rd place, because Potato Pilot is not here, and Dominique Q has a chance to score major points tonight. So that's it. That's all we have to say. So we're just going to wait now until lights out.
The engines are roaring, the anticipation is building, and the world is watching. It's time to bring the action. And it's lights out at Spa, and we are racing in Belgium. A good start from Dominique, but a worse start from Sam Rose. We're having the Haas Mercedes driver. They're going 3 wide into the corner. I wonder if there's any contact behind. 4 wide.
Little spin there. AAC Carney's lost lots of positions. NTX Cal's lost 1 position as well. Whole club up to 12. There's a little bit of a spin there. I think I saw right at the back corner of the screen there was a little bit of a collision. I think that's why he's dropped a few places. Cluffy's now trying to put pressure on Caldermouse, and he's got it ahead. They're all on the straight now. They're all DRS open, and Sam Rose rounding outside of Dominique Q to take the lead of the race into the Lecombe chicane. Will there be any contact? It's 5 abreast now. You've got 5 drivers all within 20 metres of each other now, coming into turn number 8 and 9. And down the inside goes G-Mole on one of his rivals. I think that's Coconut. He had a little bit of a collision down the inside, down the outside. Trying to go is Mel Fours. Side by side, G-Mole and F1 Chad are going to go into Puon. This is going to end up either really good or really bad. We're going to see now. We're leaving enough space. They've both gone off. Well, Coconut's gone off, and F1 Chad. G-Mole's lost both positions. I think Coconut overtook off the track. He might have to give the position back.
Dominique and Sam Rose going at it all, and they've just made contact on the rear and front of their right and left tyres. Sam Rose wanting to get that position, but after having that not so great start off the line, he's going all at it just to get that first place. But there's
big crash in the back. It's between Coconut and G-Mole, and Coconut is out. The championship leader is out of the race. Virtual safety car is out. This changes everything. 10-second penalty for Cloughie and Mel Fours. This changes the game for every single person in the championship, especially Dominique Q. He now has the chance to leapfrog Potato Pilot and Coconut for the lead of the championship after tonight's race. But what on earth happened there in turn number 15 in the entrance to Sector 3?
Surprised there's only a virtual safety car, because those cars went flying off the track. They went straight into the barriers. I'm surprised only one driver got taken out, but sad to say that is the championship leader after racing one more race than Dominique. That is in third place currently, but as well as Potato Pilot in second, which he's not racing. So Dominique, for the time being, looks like he is going to be winning the championship after this race. So, and all drivers except for Cloughie not coming into the pits because it is only lap 2, but the incident did happen on lap 1. So the rain didn't even come, nearly ended out like 1998 with cars going everywhere off the track. But that is a crazy one to start off the Grand Prix.
Yeah, exactly. What a crazy crash. There's going to be tons and tons of replays. We've got a drive-through penalty now for the whole club, speeding under the VSC, went over the delta. For those who don't know, you can speed under the VSC if you go over the delta for 15 seconds, longer than 15 seconds, and you don't get back to positive delta, you will get a penalty for speeding under the safety cars. You'll be getting an unfair advantage. Mel Fours overtaking Golden Mouse for some reason.
I think it's just gone green flags actually.
Shoot, yeah, it has.
Drivers going all over the track. The current of Quarter Mouse going off, holding up Agcon, but Dominique Q got just, I don't know if he got overtaken, but Sam Rose is now leading the Grand Prix. Wonder if there's going to be an opportunity to go down the inside. No, he's going to keep it smart and stay behind.
Here's the thing, DRS has now been enabled. I know it's just been the VSC, but DRS is now enabled onto the start-finish straight. Dominique Q's going to go try round the outside of turn number 1. Is he going to leave enough space? Will Sam Rose try and squeeze round the outside? But round the outside goes Dominique Q. And now he's under pressure from Sam Rose and F1 Chad, with G-Mole following close behind 1.6 seconds. He's out of DRS range, but F1 Chad and Sam Rose are in DRS range of Dominique Q. This could be very influential. We'll get to the contact in a second. Sam Rose trying to regain the position he took. This is all too reminiscent for Hamilton versus Alonso. Sam Rose versus Dominique Q. Little bit of contact there into the Lecombe chicane. They make contact. Oversteer from Dominique Q. That is just tragic. That's tragic. The contact, and he's down into third place, and that is really just terrible. That's honestly just terrible. Lapse of concentration, and the collision. I don't think they left enough space. I think that is Sam Rose's fault.
I don't think that collision could have been averted because they were side by side the whole way through. Unlucky for Dominique to make that contact with Sam Rose, but now I think he will be held up by F1 Kian, but he does try to go down the inside of his championship rival, F1 Kian. Makes that move go super clean, but now he's going to catch up by over a whole tenth to get that DRS back from Sam Rose. This is going to look like a good rivalry for the rest of the race.
I think this is going to be a really fun race, just as long as it doesn't start well, actually, if it starts raining, it's going to be even better, because all the strategies are going to have to be rethought. Here you go on board with F1 Chad now. Can he try make a move into the bus stop chicane? Will there be enough space, enough speed to get that move done down the inside? He's going to wait until the start finish straight, and he's probably going to try and go around the outside of turn 1, but I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see now. Into the start finish straight we go. Starting lap 4. Sam Rose now has the fastest lap. Can F1 Chan try and make a move down the inside or outside of Dominique, getting a bit close. He's going to hold back, try and get the DRS before going into Eau Rouge and Radion. Speaking of which, they will go through Eau Rouge now, and now Radion. The easiest corner to get track limits in F1 24, because you could go off a tiny bit and you will get a warning for track limits. But here we go now, down the back straight. His DRS is open. He's going down the inside, and he's gone down the inside of Dominique Q. No contact this time between anyone. It was much cleaner this time. F1 Chan back into second place.
F1 Chan is now running Dominique's race after Dominique thinking he got off the line much quicker, which he did in fairness, but thought he could win the race easily because he was holding back Sam Rose. But since the VSC, and F1 Kian holding him up, this doesn't look good for Dominique and his championship.
No, indeed. Going back further, we've got Cons trying to catch up to the Hog Club, who has a very, very big penalty, drive-through penalty, which he still has not served. He's going to have to serve it this lap, I think, because he got it on lap 2. You've got 3 laps to serve it. You're going to have to serve it on this lap or on lap 5. Dominique trying to put the pressure on F1 Chan. Can he maybe go through this section of the track, through the final sector? Is there enough space? We're going to find out. He's going to try and go down the inside of turn number 16, the left-hander, the fastest left-hander in Formula 1, staying back. Could he try and go through the bus stop chicane? I have to ask though, is there enough space to go through either way, if there's any pressure or not?
Don't know, it's really hard to tell. But thing is, even though you see Dominique now over 2.5 seconds behind the leader now of Sam Rose, strategy can change everything, especially here in Spa with the weather even changing in under 10 minutes like we saw in qualifying. But enough about talking about the weather. We're going to see Dominique now coming across F1 Kian. They're going to go fast, 180 mile an hour, up turns Arouge. But he has the better exit out of Radion, coming now onto the Camel Straight. He has DRS. Surely, most surely, he will make the move now. But he's waiting till the last second. Can he make the move stick? He's going to try to go around the outside, takes a wider line. Does lock up, much cleaner move than those 2 last attempts. But makes a pass on F1 Kian. Don't know if he can hold it, but it's definitely going to give him an advantage now to catch up to Sam Rose.
Indeed, but he's going to have to push flat to the floor now. 2.5 seconds behind. There's not much he can do. So unless he has a tyre advantage on Sam Rose, I think they're all on the same tyre though. So it's going to be very, very tough. G-Mole can try and catch up as well, but he's made quite a gap to Dory Beast in 5th place. Then Herberger, Cordelmaus, NTX Cow, Con, Hog Club, Coffee and Mel Falls in last place. And for the first time, we could have drivers finishing out of the points in FTR.
Especially with that gain of drivers that we've got from all you guys, thankfully sharing the Discord server and the league around. So that's given us more to commentate and more for you to see. So we're all happy for that. No! We're expected a voice crack every single race, but that does happen now then later. But Dominique cannot make that gap stick or lengthen behind F1 Kian. Don't know really how to explain his name or pronounce it. Sorry,
He can't. I guess he can't escape from F1 Can. They're creating a big gap between G-Mole, so it's just going to be them two fighting for second place. We got a bit of an incident at the back. That's G-Mole. I think he's spun, so he's now vulnerable to Dory Beast, who's probably going to be right behind him now. 1.5, 1.6 earlier, 1.5 now. Looking backwards from Dominique's car, looking at the rear wing. I think F1 Chan might be a bit far back, but if he deploys with the DRS, I think he's got a chance. But here we go now, down the Camel Straight. We've said it so many times before. This is a battle for the ages. Going down the inside. Is it late again? Is it great again? From F1 Chan down the inside into turns 5 and 6. It's brilliant. It's bold. It's magnificent. It's exactly what you want to see in full throttle racing. And it's exactly what F1 Chan wants to do. Really, really close to contact between Dominique and F1 Chan, the rear diffuser. Can he try and go down the inside of Puon again? It didn't really work out that well last time. Here's Cordelmaus now on the back of Hipparaga, and suddenly we've got action happening from just one place on the grid to now 2 places on the grid, and hopefully we might see more action coming up very, very soon. Both cars going off the gravel there. That, I think Hipparaga got a little bit worse now. That's left him very vulnerable to Cordelmaus. Dominique still on the back of F1 Chan. Look at that, meters between the pair of them, millimeters between the pair of them. The gap between them, the gap between F1 Chan and Dominique Q is the same as Cool Mouse and Hyperaga, or at least it was. But they're side by side into the final part of Sector 3, into the boss-up chicane. One of them has to back out. They can't possibly both go through. Dominique's going to back out, get the DRS into turn number 1 now. Will he hold back? Will he make the dive bomb? It's too close to cool. It's too close to tell. Too close for comfort.
Well, yeah, thank you for all that, because I thought we would be watching Dominique and Sam Rose going at it all together, but it's definitely, you can tell by now, F1 Can and Dominique, and you can tell that elevation change by that camera angle, but Dominique's going to get the early exit and the early overtake.
A little bit of contact there.
They're going to try to go side by side down the Kemmel Straight into Redon. Can they keep it clean like they have the past 2 laps? And they will. Dominique making that move again. It looks like Dominique will only be fighting for second place at the moment, because I don't see him catching up to first place.
We've got a yellow
soon.
flag in Sector 2. That's Mel Ford. He's spun in last place now. I think his right front wing end plate is gone now. He's going to have very, very poor handling from now on. So I think he's going to have to come into the pits. He's 36 seconds behind. I think that's his race done. There's not much he can fight for now.
Side by side through a rouge. Can they make a stick? No, we're going to see Cluffy taking that smarter, safer option by backing out, because that would have been contact. Even though I put in the Discord earlier, a few days ago actually, to see who people would commit to too wide at Rouge, and most of the drivers said they were, but I guess because under the pressure and everything going through so fast, they're too scared to make that move. But you can also see now the gap between F1 Can and Dominique rising. It's nearly going to be over a second, so Dominique can now have his chance to catch up to Sam Rose, but there's more contact behind between Cluffy and the Hog Club. Cluffy not happy with backing out of a Rouge, wanting to make that overtake quickly. Can he go around the outside? No, he can't off Puon. They're going to go one by one now into the Fagnis chicane. A quick right-handed, then a left kink. Can he go down the inside? No, he's not going to commit. He's going to stay behind, keeping really close racing, really entertaining this one. And NTX Cal 5 seconds ahead of them, so he looks comfortable, as well as Melforce over 30 seconds behind. But can Cluffy get the better exit, and will he deploy or stay smarter actually and get the DRS on the Kemmel Straight later next lap? It's going to be a close one. Cluffy's going to hang on around the outside, it looks like. Can he make the move stick? The Hog Club defending that inside, both of them saving up their ERS. Can he go down the inside? No, he's going to keep there, but the Hog Club, he's made a mistake. Cluffy's forced him to make a mistake, and that's a switch back
into the final corner, turn 19. What an overtake, making use of the disadvantage Hog Club after that moment in the chicane. But he's going to go dive down the inside, massive lock up, another switchback from Cluffy 48, even better that time, taking advantage of the disadvantageous position that the Hog Club was in turn 19 and turn 1. What a superb move from Cluffy 48, brilliant.
The Hog Club was way too desperate there for a position. Even though he could have waited for DRS, he just wanted to stay in front of him no matter what, even before the apex or after the apex. Actually, probably not after the apex because he's behind at the moment, but both drivers going wide and on the inside, turning in too early, but he's pushed his rival off, Cluffy, into the barrier. That's going to be looked at by Venny, our steward. He's probably in the Twitch right now, you can say hello to him, but that might have to be looked at.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's going to be classed as legal overtake. I think he's going to be forced to give that position back, or we are going to have to actually have a look at that, because I think it looks like Cluffy was going a bit wide anyway, but I think that push forced him all the way into the gravel, whereas he probably would have only got like 1 or 2 tyres into the gravel, so that's disadvantaged him. But what's also disadvantaged this person is going into the gravel as well. They're all going wide. It's all the tension, all the frustration, they're all spread out now, so this is looking like their final positions. Cluffy and the Hog Club still going at it behind, but can NTX Cal catch up to Con? 2 debuts, 2 reserves, all the reserves are now clumped together, so will they be able to fight for position? MTX Cal,
I didn't see any room there, but it looked like maybe on his screen it might have been internet, or it might have just been an audacious move around the outside, but I think they just made more contact, but the move has stuck for now. That'll be looked at after the race by Venny, our race director, you could sort of call him our steward. Now we can look back in front. F1 Kian and Dominique still going at it. Can they go side by side into
This
P1?
is going to be a battle for the ages. We saw there's a little bit of contact there, both going wide into the P1 because of it. But we saw in 2024 the battle between Hamilton and Russell for position. They got ever closer. They kept battling on the Camel Straight. Frustration starting to set in between them, and now frustration starting to set in between Chan and Dominique Q. Chan, 5 attempts now. It's also worth pointing out the whole club, he's backed off a lot. I think he had a moment there. He's backed off a lot. He's now 5 seconds behind Cluffy 48. So it's looking like Cluffy 48 could be getting points on his debut.
Coconut in the chat now. It just came up, so I didn't see that because everyone's been trying to chat to us in the live Twitch, but we had a glitch. And Coconut's just asked us if we can review it after the race because he has sent it to us on Xbox. So we can look at that later. It looked like a really heavy crash. If that was real life, that could have been 50 Gs, maybe more than Max Verstappen's crash in 2021 Silverstone.
That was a very, very bad crash, indeed. Lots of Gs, and you can obviously, you know what that can do to a driver. We've seen it many times before. We've seen it in the tragic Senna crash. We've seen it at Imola. We've seen it at Silverstone. We've seen it here now. We've seen it at Azerbaijan. But what we're going to see now is Chan possibly overtaking Dominique again round the outside. Tiny bit of contact, tiny bit of a lock-up into the Lecombe chicane. But it won't matter because Chan is past Dominique once again as people are now coming in to the pits on lap 10. Mouse and Hyperergo.
Yeah, funny name to pronounce on that one. But yeah, F1 Kian and Dominique going at it all. Overtakes people in the pits being overtaken, just like Happy Raga, or however you say it. I can't even say it myself. But Melforce having the worst out of the current drivers that are still being able to race, except for Coconut, which got crashed out first lap in a spectacular scene, I could say. I don't know if it was by his teammate or not, but I saw 3 drivers going at it all, 3 wide on the exit, got pushed off wide into the barriers. But F1 Kian now trying to make that gap, but I don't think these drivers can make a gap because the DRS zones are just too effective for the driver behind.
Exactly.
But it's raining.
Guess what? Yeah, I was just about to say, it is raining. It has been 10, maybe 20 minutes now. It has finally begun to rain, and the people who have just pitted, I think they've pitted for soft tyres or just slicks in general. Dominique's probably going to go onto the Inters now.
It's too early, sure.
I know it's too early, fair, but will they get another chance?
Is he even putting on the Inter tyres? We're going to test out now. Yeah, he is, so that's smart move. We don't even know if it's going to be full wets or not, so they might be talking to their engineer, but they can't really trust Mark because he's not the greatest engineer in the world.
Yeah, on God, I have to agree with you on that one. But it's a gamble at this point. You could argue that now it's not the right time for Inters. Let's be real. It's still dry conditions. It's only just begun to rain. But the thing is, they could save their tyres really, really well and last until the rain falls. I've done it in F1. I've done it in F1 Manager. I've managed to make it stick. Well, not really, because I got sacked in 2025, so we won't worry about that. But point is, it's a gamble. It's just a gamble. You have to get. You have to risk it to win it.
Well, let's compare the speed. So we're looking at Sam Rose on P1 now. Definitely not as fast as he can do normally on the normal dry tyre. But let's compare Dominique's turn into P1. It looks faster on the campus right-hander. Then now Stavelok looks, I think it might just be might faster. Dominique might have got the better jump. Let's test it now here at P1. Can he do it better? I say much better. Inters were the right move.
Yeah,
definitely
I think
not too
now
early.
definitely he's gaining a lot on Gmo, who I think is still on the dry tyres now. I don't know if he's actually on the Inters. I think he is because he was down the order before everyone pitted, so I'm assuming he hasn't pitted yet. Sam Rose hasn't pitted yet. That could leave him vulnerable because the average stop time is around 25-ish seconds, so it's going to be very, very tight now.
Yeah, because it is 26.
Yeah, we're going to see it now then. Sam Rose against Dominique, who will get the better strategies on. But F1 Chan, a 10-second penalty on debut for speeding in the pit lane. It won't affect him that much, I guess, because he's got a big gap to... Big contact into the last corner, right as we were talking about the penalty for F1 Chan. It's a 10-second for G Mole Oh my goodness, this race will just not stop giving us action all the way. The battles, the weather, and now the collisions. You've seen it all now. It's everything in between. What on earth is going on in Spa tonight?
Well, I think I know what happened there. Gmo was trying to make that entry into the pits, and he was on the outside, so he tried to turn in. Didn't realise Dominique was not going to the pits as well, so he just spun him around, awarded himself a 10-second time penalty, and awarding Dominique 10 seconds loss of time for his Grand Prix. So we thought it could get worse. I mean, it did get worse. I need to say the other way around. We thought it'd get worse for Sam Rose, but it's just gone better. Second place, 10 seconds. They'll be added on later, as well as Dominique gonna have 10 seconds added on in a way, you could say, because he got spun out.
This is just, they're all spread out now. I think that's all the action done, unless we could still see. Oh, actually, never mind. There are some people still pretty close together. You've got NTX, you've got Cluffy, you've got Hog Club, you've got Cotton. So they've been battling a lot. But I think this is the first time we're going to see two reserve drivers on debut actually battling it out properly now. But there's no DRS anymore, so it's going to have to rely on sheer skill. You're going to have to get the best entries. You're going to have to get the best X's. You have to literally don't lock up, just don't mess up. You have to lock in.
Yeah, definitely lock-up's going to happen here, as you could see out in front. Another spin, I think, from Melforce. He's just taken off his front wing.
And that's the safety car. We're out the safety car now. Sigh of relief for Cornel Mouse. He's saved now a lot of time for Cornel Mouse and Hyper. I'm just going to call them Hyper now. They've both. I think that's a sigh of relief for both of them. Another drive-through penalty. This time for AGC Con. Was he the one that got it last time, or was that someone else?
I don't remember, but that's definitely not good for any driver. Luckily, it's happening on the safety car, but what tyre does he have on? He has the hard tyres, so he can't even swap to the Inters currently, so that's definitely his race ruined in my conclusion.
No, I've just realised now. Can you quickly go back to the tyres? Anyone on the dry tyres, they can go on to Inters now, surely?
I wonder where they are, actually. That's an odd one. They're not coming into the pits, so they might know something that we don't, but I don't think there'll be any drying up, because I feel like what they're going to try, they're definitely not trying to do it. I feel like what's going to happen is Charles Leclerc 2024, when he thought he can stay out on the dry tyres during the wet, but failed to do so and finished P20. What's happening there?
Why are you stopped on the track? What are you doing? Why are you reversing?
I don't think they were supposed to pass the safety car. And he's just...
No! Joy Beast! He had such a good chance to overtake Potato Pilot in the championship. He's been disqualified from the session.
Both RBs out of the session. Not great for the two champions all their own.
No, but I mean, their closest challenger is Ferrari, and they've only got one driver tonight, so it could be worse. Well, this is literally the worst case scenario. But why? Why?
Well, I have no words. I don't know what went through on the game's mind. Wonder if that was a glitch telling them to come back. But wow, yeah, Dory Beast in the chat, bro. Surely
now people have to come in. Surely now people can come in to get rid of their 10-second penalties.
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone is overtaking the safety. Is the safety car just?
Don't know where even the safety car. The safety car's parked up there.
This game is so broken.
The safety car is parked at the top of a Rouge. I think they're waiting now for Sam Rose to pass. Maybe a game glitch there.
No, wait. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong kick sound, but it should start moving.
Yeah, we expect it to move. If not, then we... there we go. Okay, at least we know it's going to move, because I thought it was just an infinite glitch.
Okay, F1 Chan and Gmol both come into the pits now, probably just to get rid of their 10-second penalties. They might put on a new... Well, actually, they probably will put on a new set of Inters. Yeah, they have. F1 Chan's put a new set on. Gmol's going to probably follow suit now. It's almost a blessing in disguise, really, because now they would have lost so much time in normal conditions, having to wait for that 10-second penalty, put on tyres with the chance of an error happening. But now that's going to save them so much time. So it should really be, hopefully, the equivalent of a normal pit stop.
Agcon still in Sector 2, hasn't got rid of his DT and hasn't swapped to the Inter tyres, so it looks like he will be the only driver. No, he actually does have the Inters on, but still needs to serve that DT, so don't know how much that's going to cost him. He's nearly a lap behind the safety car, so I don't know if that's enough time to catch up. As well, now we see Hyperigger didn't pit, so maybe he knows something that no one else knows.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. That's going to leave him vulnerable at the safety car restart because they're all going to be bunched together. He's going to drop down many places. Unless it's still debatably dry conditions, but I don't think it is. You can see there is some standing water on the track now, so there's going to be less traction. You can see it now, he's struggling now. But, yeah.
Yeah, another hard tyre for Agcon. I don't know what he's just done there. It might have been a mistake on that wrong tyre compound, but I thought his race couldn't get any worse, honestly. And looks like it has.
Well, if anything, it's actually gotten better. Because now, Dominique is going to be right behind Sam Rose. He could still, theoretically, he is only 17 points behind. So he could overtake Coconut in the driver's standings if he finishes in second place. And there's going to be no Dory Beast in the way as well, so he's going to have no problem. But he now needs to actually focus. He needs to get his head down, he needs to drive. Sam Rose has just come into the pits now, so it's left Dominique and F1 Chad at the front. A battle of the ages, certainly at least for this circuit. We're going to see them going at it toe to toe, wheel to wheel, once again for these last few laps. And I think the safety car will be coming in this lap, if not then next lap.
Sam Rose on the soft compound tyre. I don't know if you said that because I wasn't really listening. I was looking at the stats, but I think he's just given it to the AI and he's put in the box.
What is happening?
Still third position, but I don't know if that's just ruined his race or not.
Maybe the rain's clearing up, but then this is just so tough to tell. Maybe they don't have spare Inter tyres or something, or maybe it is starting to dry up. Hyper's now coming to the pits, probably to put on Inters or softs like some people are doing. So I don't really know. It's not like real F1. We don't have radars in this. We can't know the weather. We can't have team radio messages as much as we like to. We can't broadcast them. We don't even know what the team radio messages are. We don't know what the weather's going to be like. We certainly didn't know it was going to be like this tonight. So this is now turning into a very, very unpredictable race.
Yeah, didn't didn't think this could all happen, but now some of the drivers, not even all the drivers, are caught up to the safety car. So we also see Agcon, a teammate of a driver that we thought were going to win easily, but it's just gone wrong for every driver, I should say that first. But back to the Kick Sauber, he's nearly a lap behind. I don't think he can catch up, so that's a race ruined for him, even though he could still potentially get an extra point.
Well, it's just unlucky. He's had a very, very poor run of form in these recent races. He's finished 4th in Silverstone, decent result, but then he finished last in Japan, and then he had a decent sprint, I'd say, but it's just been really, really poor, and it's really unlucky. We're just watching the clip now in our commentary box of the collision between Coconut and whoever he collided with.
Trying to find it. It's a long lap of Spa. It's hard to find. Yes, safety car. I think is still up for another lap.
Find it now. Yeah, a little bit. All right, I think I see the Alpine of
Gmol.
Yeah, Gmol. The Alpine of Gmol. He clipped the rear left tyre of Coconut. I don't know if that was deliberate or not, but that's why he crashed. He lost control, spun out, and then obviously just hit the wall.
Because Gmol is also Dominique in the pits as well.
Oh my god, what is happening? He's on the softs.
I don't know if it's just the AI going into the pits,
He's
but
cooked.
That's a strange one.
He's cooked.
F1 Chan
Yep.
back into first after we thought he was gone.
Well. I can't believe I'm saying this, but a reserve driver on debut might be about to win an F1 Grand. Sorry, not a reserve driver. Sorry, I apologise. A driver on debut might be about to win a Grand Prix in FTR.
Really did not expect this. Nobody did. But the front two runners that we expected to win the race, both on the soft compound tyre, one not losing much track position, but the other, Dominique, losing a lot of track position all the way back in 7th, going to have to fight his way through NTXCal, Cluffy, Quartermouse, and Gmo, which Gmo did create 2 incidents. The first one, which he might get a big fat ass penalty for, and contact for Dominique, making him lose 10 seconds.
Aye. Well, not much to really say now. We're just going to have to wait until the safety car restart. They're all going to be bunched together. Con's at the back now. I think Mel Force has caught up to the pack. So they're either going to start without AGC Con, who still has the drive-through penalty, or... oh my god!
That'll be a 10-second time penalty. Shouldn't be. We might have to take that away if he does get given one. I think he's fine. But I've also just realised that the reason why Acon, or Agcon, however you pronounce it, has is on the hard compound tyre is he thought he was serving the DT because he's pit twice since he has it, and he hasn't got rid of that DT. So there might be in a game glitch where he can't even serve it.
This is going to be very bad. It's nothing that warrants disqualification. I'm pretty sure it's just a 3-second penalty. The safety car, though, is in this lap, and AGC Con is very, very far away from the pack. We're going to get 6 laps of racing. To the side, the winner, you've got 2 rookies up front, followed by Gmo, then 3 more rookies, and then the experienced Dominique in 7th place.
Well, I've just realised we have a back marker splitting 1st and 2nd place. I don't know if this can end up like 2021 Abu Dhabi where they let everyone pass on the final lap. But of course it can't happen because we're on the final turn. But Melforce, lap down in P11, might hold up Sam Rose to get that 1st place back for F1 Challenge. But they're flat to the floor. It's green flag, safety car in the pits. Don't know what's happening there. Looks like an Alpine trying to let cars past. A 10-second time penalty for overtaking under yellow flags. I think that was caused by Gmo by slowing down before the line. Don't know what's going to be caused there for penalty for either Gmo or getting rid of the penalty for Quartermouse, because that didn't seem fair to me. But the front looking pretty clean. Wonder if anyone's going to go side by side into...
I think someone is going side by side. Acon still unable to serve that drive-through penalty. He's still pitting. I think, honestly, that is the end of this race. That drive-through penalty has ruined it. Quartermouse now trying to put the pressure on Gmo. He's kind of close, but he's not close enough to actually make a move. With that 10-second anyway, it's not going to matter. I think he's going to finish in 8th place. Can Dominique try and climb his way back in the last 6 laps? Mel 4 is now being lapped by Gmo, and he will be lapped by Quartermouse now. Can Dominique climb back up the order and possibly win this race to salvage his chance of a championship?
Well, the drivers that we thought were going to win the race both went on the soft compound tyre, maybe due to a glitch or the AI taking over and thinking that they can pit for no reason at all. Their race has just been ruined. It's both in 6th and 8th place. Could be wrong though, because it looks like the rain is drying up. Might just be my eyes being wrong, whatever, I don't know. But I think the track is drying
honestly, yeah, I think the rain's starting to dry up. I think they've made the perfect call. If the track actually dries, I think they've made the perfect call. They've made a 200 IQ strategy from Ferrari and Kicksauber of all the teams, and Haas as well, of all the Ferrari-based teams, they might have the best strategy, and that's coincidental coming from, that's ironic, sorry, coming from Ferrari, who statistically had very, very bad strategies. Everyone is coming into the pits. This is amazing. We're going to get the battle that we wanted for. We're going to get the last lap showdown. DRS enabled now. Down the inside, going hard club into turn number 1. Going to make a mistake. No, he's gone wide. And this time it's even worse because he's fully into the gravel. He's lost 2 positions rather than 1. Oh, that's just... I don't know what to say to that anymore.
Thank you. But that... blue flags being woven for Melforce because he is holding up those front runners. But the whole club's done that 3 times now. Quartermouse, 10-second time penalty.
Another safety car out. It just ended. Wait, what?
Wait. No, I think it's been there.
Oh my god, this game is so... Alright, my bad.
Well, the whole club doing that twice. Maybe because he has the inters on now, which caused the 3rd time to happen. but most drivers being split by over a second, except for the front two. I've just realised NTX Cal thinking he could stay out on that inter-tie, yeah, not much grip. Wonder if there's going to be any unfair contact though, while Sam Rose might dive down the inside. He's saving up all that ERS, coming in to the Fagner chicane fast right, or not really fast right for anyone yet because the track is still drying out at the time being. Patience is key though, because the traction can be pretty tricky to control, especially for these inter runners in first place, fourth place and 11th place of Melforce finishing the pack. But can Sam Rose, where is he going to decide to go? He's going to decide to go around the outside. Can he make it stick? There's yellow flags behind. I don't know what's happening there, but it's looking good.
It's Melforce letting people pass. They're just lapping him.
Yeah, Dominique now catching up. Can he make the dive down the inside on NTX Cal?
What a move by Dominique, but NTX Cal's going to cut the corner. I think there was a little bit of contact there. Dominique chopping across, trying to defend that position. NTX Cal and the Hog Club still out on inters. Melforce coming in now. That's his race ruin, I'm afraid. Got 4 laps of racing to decide the winner. Hog Club, another 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And that's it. If his race wasn't done before, if there was still a chance after the safety car, it's over now. It's done. He's going to be lapped by everyone. It's done.
A crazy race to watch and commentate, as you can all tell. Just unlucky for Coconut Dory Beast. Both RBs getting crashed out, disqualified by reversing down a Rouge, which we weren't expecting, as well as NTX Cal thinking he could hold on to those inter-ties and finish in the podium, but it's not looking good because F1 Kian is catching up in the soft compound type. Dominique going pretty right, and Melforce, I don't know if he's crashed, but it looks like he has, and another
safety car now. This actually could be good for NTX Cal now. He can now pit safely, knowing that he won't lose as many positions as he would have. But, alright, what I said earlier, I think I jinxed it earlier, because I said this would be the first race where we'd have drivers that could finish out of the points. While I was technically correct, well, we got 10 drivers left, no one's finishing out of the points.
Well, it's all look close. I remember saying at the start, before the GP started, I didn't want it to act like 1998 with a big pile up and nearly 10 cars missing, even though we do have 3. Felt like a lot because it's been spread out across the whole race. So it does feel like a bit like 1998 with 2 safety cars, full-on safety cars, and a whole VSC during the first lap after a big crash, maybe 50 Gs or more. But now AgCon being compromised more again. Sam Rose into the pits. I don't know why he's doing that. I think he is the only one, so I don't know what's happened there. It might be another glitch, but hopefully he doesn't go back on the inters, because softs are definitely the fastest tyre.
Maybe he has one more soft pair left, so he could try and get the massive tyre advantage. Or maybe try and get the tyre advantage with mediums. Yeah, he's going on to the mediums. He could maybe get a tyre advantage, because he will have the newest tyres on the grid. But it's going to be such a big gap, I think he might have thrown the win away. Con slowing down now just to respect the delta, I think. But Dominique Q retaking the lead in the closing stages of this battle in Belgium. So, the question remains, can he hold on to this lead? Can he create the gap that he needs after the safety car restart and potentially win this race to take the lead of the championship? Or will he bottle it in the final moments? Or will something else happen in the final moments between him and NTX Cal and maybe even F1 Chan? Melforce has left the server now.
Well, is that now, I think, top 6 catching up to the pack. I think they're all close up together. But now, Hyperaga, the Haas driver, and the bottom 4 are still pretty far behind. The Hog Club now being the furthest away from the pack. I don't know how long the safety car is going to last, but because it is already the 20th lap out of 22, I feel like this might be the last safety car lap, even though it's been under 1. But
Dominique,
he's lost the position.
He's lost the position. He has to give it back though. NTXL has to give it back anyway. So not that bad, but yeah. I don't know what happened there. I think a little bit of concentration. Something just happened in the stream as well, so that's why it was kind of weird.
Because the reason why we had to pause the game quickly was because we got heard by the drivers. We could see in the top left, but as I was right, safety car in this lap, and NTX Cal on that inter tyre still, having that disadvantage now because having every single soft runner behind him, so I don't expect him to finish in the top 5 today, but Sam Rose having those best tyres, no actually I'm wrong, the whole club and Bordermouse having that better tyre.
They both got the best tyre now, but the action is just...
Well now Dominique, wonder when he's going to go. He's weaving a lot. NTX doesn't know when to go either. Nearly contact there.
Nearly contact there. Like you said, sorry for repeating you there, but here we go. We're going to have 2 laps of racing to decide the winner of this Belgian Grand Prix, which has brought us so much action, so many battles, so many overtakes, so many crashes. I honestly want it. I don't want it to end, but big contact, well, not big contact, but there is contact into turn 1. Dominique already creating that 1 second gap that he needs to get the advantage on the last lap, for the next lap, sorry, for the DRS. Gmo trying to go down the inside of Gmo.
What a
move from Gmo!
A double overtake.
There can't be a double overtake. There can't be a double overtake. 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide into the comp chicane. This is absolutely brilliant. Sam Rose down the inside, and therefore Chad Joffrey round the outside of turn number 5. What a move we've just seen. What a series of moves. Sam Rose, a little bit of contact there, but around the outside goes F1 Chad, and all of a sudden, the two-man battle for first place has turned into a 5-person war for the win in Belgium. Can we see a new race winner rise to the top, or will it be Dominique again to get his 2nd win in FTR? But what have we just seen in the last few corners?
Well, amazing racing from every single driver, barely any contact, also going side by side through a ridge. Gmo having probably the best overtake of the race, I could say there. But I was going to say, just like Hamilton in Baku, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Just like having 2 laps like Baku, that definitely didn't feel like a marathon there. It was definitely a sprint. Every single driver going at it all, so they can try to get maybe DRS advantage on the next lap. So there is only going to be one more lap to decide the fate of all these drivers. Can Gmo, after all that comeback, get back to first place to win his first ever win in FTR? It's going to stay close. He will get the DRS through the Kemmel Straight. Dominique trying to stay in front of him, saving up that energy on none, but it's going to look close.
This is going to be very, very close indeed. DRS is enabled this lap, we forgot to mention. So we're going to be 4 drivers with DRS now. It could be 3 abreast, maybe even 4 abreast into the comp chicane. But here we go now. It's pedal to the metal, flat to the floor. DRS open, deploy open. GMO's going to go down the outside of turn number 5. Can Dominique defend? GMO's going to try to go around the outside again. Sam Rose down the inside of F1 Chance to get back onto the podium. Dominique still leading the race into turn number 8. The downhill braking zone. Can he not lock up? He doesn't lock up there. GMO's very, very close. Sam Rose is very, very close. F1 Chan is very, very close. Cloughy is very, very close. Cloughy could, theoretically, he could maybe still have a chance, but around the outside onto Puon goes not Gmo, Sam Rose on Gmo.
It looks like it's going to go quick, too wide, into the tight chicane. I don't know what looks in front, but it's still too wide. Gmo has still that inside line. Will there be contact? He loses 2nd place, but there's still one long straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar. But Sam Rose goes down the inside on Dominique. Sorry. Gmo staying behind now. But F1 Can gets that better exit. And Gmo's lost all those places.
This is it now. Dominique round the outside. It's pedal to the metal, like I said. They're still going at it. Sam Rose is going to have to dive bomb down the inside or outside, whatever he chooses into the bus stop chicane to try and keep it. He's going to try and go down. They both make contact. This is absolutely superb. Sam Rose down the inside. Down the inside. It's going to be a photo finish. But it's Sam Rose to take his first win at FTR on debut for Kick Sauber after a big clash between 5 drivers, and Sam Rose and Dominique probably being the best clash of them all. Sam Rose, after 22 laps of pure chaos, pure raw chaos, Sam Rose is your winner of the Belgian Grand Prix.
I'd like to point out as well, the closest ever time between first and second is 7/10 between their finishes. But I would like to also point out is that the whole of top 5 finished in within 7/10. So you got to say to these drivers, well done, because they had such a great race after making that incredible side-by-side move into Rouge and then going side-by-side through P1.
Well, what a race that was. I'm utterly lost for words. It had everything. It had chaos, crashes, battles, and everything. And I mean everything in between. But the podium looks like this. It's Sam Rose, then it's Dominique, and then it's F1 Chan. Sam Rose with his first win in FTR on debut. F1 Chan on debut, getting a podium, his first podium in FTR. Dominique Q had such a great chance, but the contact in the bus stop chicane might have ruined it for him. But he'll take the second place, and with that, he will take the lead of the Drivers' Championship.
Well, you got to feel for Gmail after making all those moves, going 2 wide through Rouge, 3 wide through the comms chicane, and still finishing in 4th, but probably would have liked to finish in that top 3. F1 Can finishing in the position he did start from qualifying, but that's a good way to conclude the Spa Grand Prix, the best Grand Prix I've probably ever witnessed, other than F1 Esports.
I'm so glad I could join tonight, because it wouldn't be the same just watching it on a stream. This is just, I'm honestly just lost for words. This has been absolutely incredible. So, well done to all the drivers, no matter what position you finished, and unlucky to the drivers who retired or didn't get the position they want. You'll get it next time. But well done, all drivers of FTR. Right, we're just going to get ready for the interviews now. We're going to quickly also just mark down some results that we got. So we're going to get back to you shortly.
Alright, we're going to try to get hold of our P3 finisher, F1 Can. We'll see if we can get hold of him. We think he is named Michael Schumacher on the Discord. We don't have him friended, so this might take a while just to get him. Alright, now we'll try to interview F1 Can. We've never interviewed him, so we don't know if he will accept the call. So we might have to skip to the second place driver, but we'll give him some time. We'll try one more time to see if he'll accept it, but it doesn't look that positive right now. I think we'll have to skip the third place position because he is not accepting the Discord call. We'll try to move on into second position. Dominique, we know he will accept that call because I suspect he's excited to be interviewed, like always. Hello, Dominique. Unlucky on getting that first position because we did see that contact into bus stop chicane.
I think that's honestly, he just bumped into me like I was first ahead of Apex, so I have right to cut corner. Then he just cut it whole chicane and came ahead of me. So
yeah, I think we'll be looking at...
Yeah, but I will be sending clips and we will see how this will end up.
Yep, because we'll look at it as well. It did look close, but all around good racing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, hopefully you have a good week, and I think it's Netherlands next.
Yeah.
Might be wrong. Yeah, Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
So have a good week. We'll keep you updated on the position change, but yeah, See you next time.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye, take care.
Bye. Alright, now we will try to call our race winner, Sam. Good race out there. How did you feel about that for your debut?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, it was fun. Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Do you, I think there'll be a lot of talk about the last lap contact into the bus stop chicane. Do you have any thoughts about that, or do you think it was just pretty fair in general?
I mean, first of all, he said I cut the chicane, which I didn't. He cut the chicane. He still kept the position. I went for a lunge. It was wheel to wheel. He kept the position, and then I just got him on the switch back to the line. So I think it was fun. But it was just a fun race, and yeah, I mean the strategies were good, except for the last one. I don't know why I pitted. I'm not gonna lie, that was just me being stupid.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
noticed that. Well, yeah, that was a very good race for your debut here in FTR. Well, we hopefully see you next time in Netherlands and have a good week. Good win.
You too.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, thus concludes an amazing, amazing battle around the streets, the circuit of Belgium, circuit de Francorchamps. We thank all of you for tuning in to our stream tonight, be it driver, spectator, and again, anyone who just knows about this league and doesn't want to does want to share it with their friends. We welcome everyone to the Discord server, and we welcome everyone to every single race that we take part in. The next race will be in Netherlands, Zandvoort, home of Max Verstappen. I don't think any of the drivers actually have this as their home track. We're going to have to double check, but we will bring it up in the next race should they have any more information they want to give us. We're going to look at the clips, and we're going to make our final decision based on penalties. So you might have penalties added, you might have penalties taken away, meaning there could be a change in position. So expect a delay in the final standings of the race. But until then, we'll see you next time in a week's time for the Dutch Grand Prix. Thank you for watching. Good night, FTR.
Thank you guys. See you next time in the Netherlands.